All right, Mattia. Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Yeah. One of our alumni has come back.
Proud to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just raised like what, 2 million euros?
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm like, well, we got to get him back. Something's
yeah,
going on there.
yeah. A lot of stuff happening.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. And I mean, to kick us off, let's just remind everybody what Turneo is.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So Turneo is a platform used by hotels to increase their sales of activities. So it can be things like local tours, wine tastings, or it can be activities that are hosted by the hotel, whether it's like more like wellness type of stuff or kids programs. So anything guests would do at a destination, we give hotels the tools to help them sell more of that, help them manage it better, and kind of help the whole operational side of it.
So, talk to us about the maturation of your solution over. I don't know what did we think it was? Maybe 7 months ago we talked.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was sort of beginning of the year. So we've definitely seen the product get a lot better in that period, and like the adoption get a lot better. One of the big discoveries for us is actually that when hotels focus on selling activities, it's not just about revenue. So we've done actually a lot to kind of like help them get the full picture. Often it's an extra revenue stream, yes, but it has a huge impact on kind of like the length of stay of guests and the satisfaction. So actually, a lot of our product development has gone into helping them then understand how they're selling activities. So having a review module, having analytics, having data around what guests are happy with, what they're not happy with, has been a huge part of what we've been building in a product because it actually then helps them not just make maybe like 10 or 50% extra from activities. It helps them actually ensure that they're getting guests that are happy, that are going to come again or recommend it to friends or leave a better Google review. So we've done a lot on that. And then the other thing we've done in terms of product, which has been really, I think, really good with our customers, is that we realized that a lot of hotels, they're selling all kinds of activities through multiple different systems. And when that happens for the guests, and I think anyone who's booked anything digital, like if you book in 5 different places, it's coming in 5 different emails, and maybe you cancel something, maybe something changes time. Like you have no idea when different things are happening, and it could be actually pretty horrible. You might be on a holiday, you're waiting, for a guide to pick you up, and like they're not coming because something has changed. So we've done a lot to help hotels actually bring all of that into one system, and in that way, it's like much better for the guests. They have a full itinerary, everything they're doing. Hotels start building real profiles of their guests so they understand, Jason is coming, he's doing like on Monday these two activities, Tuesday is a free day, Wednesday is like I don't know, going for a big day tour, Thursday is a spa day. So they really start understanding their guests. So that's the other thing we've been working a lot on and implementing is this ability to really like host any kind of activity in Turneo and start building these full guest profiles rather than having like a patchwork of insight in 5-6 different systems.
So remind everybody: is this an add-on app or widget to a website or a booking engine?
Yeah. The most common way hotels implement our software is a widget on the website. And typically, it's very easy from a technological point of view. Like it usually doesn't require any technical work. It's just implementing a simple code. And that basically builds up the whole store to sell experience on the website. But then we have hotels then that start with that, and then they start using our API and then start bringing that into their own app or into a chat. So it can start simple, but often hotels then expand usage because they see the benefit and they start putting it into multiple channels. Like email marketing is another one that a lot of hotels go down the route where you put on your website, but then you actually use your pre-stay marketing to make your guests aware of things they can do.
So tell us, give us a couple examples of who you're working with, the types of hotels, and what they are achieving.
Yeah. So we tend to work mostly with small hotel groups. So you can think of like hotel groups between 5 and 30 to 40 hotels. That's kind of a sweet spot. We work with independent hotels as well, especially if they're larger independents and more premium. But that's kind of a sweet spot. Most of our customers are 4 and 5-star hotels. I think in that segment, focus on experience is even bigger than if you go maybe like 3-star, or like hostel or something like that. So that's a typical kind of a customer. And then in terms of results, I mean, it varies by customer. But we see like some of our customers get like more than 50% of their guests booking at least one activity. So that's pretty awesome because it just shows like there's a huge demand. Bless you. Huge demand for this type of content to be provided by hotels. The other result we managed to get this summer, which has been really exciting, is that we've taken a couple of our clients and we've scraped their Google reviews, and we saw that guests that booked an activity left on average an 8% higher review on Google. And that's huge because that actually has it's not just the money you make from activities, but it's actually next year, like you're going to have higher occupancy, you can increase your ADRs. It has like a real impact on room revenue. So that's something where we see like, hey, that's actually that's the biggest prize. It's getting people who are going to spend more, who are going to stay longer, and actually going to have higher occupancy because you're providing better things to do to your guests.
Yeah. Very good. So tell us about what's next. You got some funding. What can I mean, you're primarily in Europe, right? Are you in the North America at all?
No, we have a couple of customers in North America who are like in the pipeline, but we haven't launched with any of them yet. We are primarily in Europe, so a couple of countries in Europe. I mean, look with funding, I think it's two things. Like one is growing the product, and we, as I mentioned earlier, we really see that when someone uses our system for multiple types of activities, it's actually much better for the guest and it's much better for the hotel. So we're investing a lot of kind of product resources to basically, build these capabilities to really have a top class system for all of the different types of activities. And then the other part, it goes into business development. Like this space around hotels getting more active around selling activities and experiences is still very mature. So there's a lot of kind of like, putting in like best practices, sharing things. Like we invested a lot in that because we actually think if hotels share best practices, they're all going to have better business. So we invest in that. Then obviously, putting in a little bit into sales as well to get this in front of as many hotels, because like, the benefits are huge for the hotels and the cost and the operational complexity is much lower than if you were to try like do it through like kind of traditional ways hotels do with assets and so on. So we think like the more hotels adopt, like they're going to get pretty quick ROI. So we just want to get in front of them.
Very good. Well, it's exciting. Congratulations again on the funding. And we look forward to seeing what's next.
Awesome. Well, glad to be back here. And thanks for having me again.
You bet.